And we're back. We'll give it a little bit of time to let people get back on. Switcher Studio. You'll be hearing from me tomorrow. God dang it. I don't know why. If you guys can give me a thumbs up that you guys can see it or hear it again, or it's back on.
No.
Not yet?
Not even the audio. It just says it's interrupted.
Yeah. No, did you get off and come back in?
Yeah, I did.
And you can see it now?
Yeah, I got off and I went back in, and then...
Okay, right now.
Test. That's what happens when you're live. Now we're good. Selena Joe said yes, we're good. So you see me, we're texting. We'll give, like I said, give a little bit of time for everybody to connect. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know, some security, something. I don't know. I guess I'm watching stuff on my laptop
What are
or
you
my
watching,
iPad
Bumper?
that I shouldn't be watching.
Yeah.
So, Andy, what were we talking about? There we go. We're back. We're back on YouTube, too. What were we talking about right before
You're asking me how I do it.
Yeah. So the big question is, Andie Bustamante, like being a mother, musician, nurse, and then a single mom at that, dude. On a real level, how in the hell do you do that?
Well, I just do it. And I think mental health is really important. You know, it's not easy being a single parent. And especially of 4 kids that are very active. I need to be strong and healthy for my kids to be able to provide and make sure my kids are well. And music is my, you know, what keeps me sane.
It's your outlet.
Yeah, that's my most honest outlet. Music has healed me so many times. Music has saved me. You know, music is a big part of who I am. And not just that, but why not? My kids love it. My kids are just as talented, if not even more talented. You know, they all have beautiful voices. They enjoy it. You know, they like being included and being involved, you know, and being out there at the shows, at the rehearsals, you know. So a lot of it has to do with my mental health, you know, making sure that I'm healthy and I'm strong for my kids. So I make sure that the music is there for sure. I will never let it go. I let it go for a period when I was married, and it was the biggest mistake of my life. It affected me so much. So much. I went through a really bad depression. You know, I hit a very dark place in my life. And I almost took I tried to take my own life. So, and music is what actually pulled me out of that dark place I was in.
You tried to take your own life. You know, you say those words, you know, very nonchalantly, you know what I mean? But those are deep words, man. And again, not that people say, Bumper, you're picking on. I'm not picking on you, but I just think that there's people that could really listen to your story, whether they listen to it right now live or they come across this 2 days from now or a week from now or a year from now, and be like, here's this lady that's been through all this shit, but here she is doing an interview, pushing her music, doing what she loves. Because at the end of the day, it's life, man. It really is. Like what you do is life.
Yeah.
And those are the cards that were dealt to you, and you've fallen down, but you've dusted yourself off, and you keep going one foot in front of the other and keep moving forward, as it should.
My aunt said it to me this way one time. It might sound stupid, but I understood her. Life hands you a chicken. What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna make a chicken salad with it, or are you gonna make chicken shit with it? You know.
Yeah.
And you know, those were the cards that were dealt for me. So what was I gonna do? You know, gonna try to play it the best I can, best way I could. And like I said, music is what healed me. My first song, No Vales La Pena, I actually wrote that after my attempt, and that was a song that I actually wrote to myself to help pick myself up.
Right.
So, music is something that I won't let go, and it's really important to me because I have to remain strong for my children and stuff like that.
And following you on social media and stuff like that, like that's kind of where I get this from, right? Like just all the stuff that you've been through and that you go through. And I don't want to get too personal about it, but being a single mom and then still dealing with the cards that were dealt with you, just shitty cards sometimes, right? But yet here you are, still doing your thing, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when you left the Iconics.
I was devastated.
Yeah, and that came with just not leaving. I mean, it was personal, like just a lot of things, and
there's a lot of things that happen that people don't know. I have a lot of respect for the guys in that group. I had a wonderful time with them. I had a wonderful experience. I have nothing bad to say about what happened then. It happened. A lot of people don't know what happened. I know there's a lot of, he said, she said crap that went on. I really don't care. I think there's only one person that I feel deserves to know what happened. And that day will come when I have that conversation with that individual. Because I feel that person deserves to know the truth. And when I stepped down for a damn good reason. And a lot of it had to do with respect. And I have to respect myself as well. But that was, then, like I said, I don't want to say anything bad about them. I had a wonderful experience, like I said.
I mean, you were beautiful up there with them. I mean,
I had so much fun.
You guys rocked that stage for
when
sure.
I went back with them a few months ago, I took Veronica with me, and she saw it. She saw how happy I was.
And you right where you left off, you were right back. I mean, yeah. You know what I mean? That's cool. That but that says a lot about you. Being able to do that because, a lot, especially us Mexicanos, right? Pride is a son of a bitch. Pride keeps us from doing a lot of things. It keeps us from a lot of I'm sorry's. It keeps us from just so many things. And I just think we're just such prideful people.
Yeah.
And
you know what? Like what happened then happened. It's been squashed. We've already talked about it. The problems that happened. We made peace, and that's why you saw me with them again.
No, that's what I mean.
People make mistakes. There's nobody's perfect, and we forgave, and
it really warmed my heart when I talk to Mike on a daily basis, more than daily, like what I mean, a lot.
That's your buddy.
And that's the homie, and it really warmed my heart. He's like, yeah, Andie's gonna sing with us, and I was like, that's badass. Me personally, telling you personally, like, that was really cool. That was badass. But things happen for a reason, dude. There you are. You just left the band. What are you gonna do now? And I know you had been working on some singles with
Johnny Rod.
Well, I didn't say she said it. Johnny Rod, another cool ass. That dude's a cool ass.
He's a talented
musician, guy for sure.
I got to know him on a real personal level. Obviously, I that's someone that I will always care about, no matter what happened. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. No, not at all. He's a good guy. He's a very talented musician. I was so privileged and honored to have been able to work with him. I mean, he just understood me. Like I said, I can't read music, but I know what I hear and I know what I want.
And you could go like da 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 da
yes,
da da da,
and
then you'd be like,
stupid.
"Oh, I got you!" Ding, ding, yes. You're like, "Oh, that's what I heard." Yeah.
He knew exactly. I mean, he knew my language. And, we came out with El Karma. We came out with Me Enamoré. We had started working on some other stuff. And then unfortunately, you know, after we stepped down from Iconics, you know, we both parted ways too, you know, for other personal stuff. And which it's okay. You know, he broke my heart. And it's okay because it was a blessing. I found out that I grew because of that heartbreak. I learned stuff about myself that I didn't know. I saw things, you know, happen I didn't think that I could accomplish. Like, I don't consider myself a songwriter. You know, and most of my songs, you know, are songs I've written, and they're my stories. And after that breakup, I wrote my first mariachi song, and it was Me Hiciste Mal. And that song, I felt like I grew so much. Writing
those words down.
Yeah. And not just that, you know, the arrangement itself, I knew I grew when I had done something awesome and amazing when I had a podcast interview with La Chingona, and I sang that song for the first time live, and everybody was crying in that room. It touched their hearts, and that, like, you know, it was a heartbreak song, but it meant so much to me. Like, it reached their hearts. It touched them. You know, I did something right.
But what you three don't.
So thank you, Johnny.
What you three? I don't know if you three understand, and I'm talking to all three of you because you're all musicians. Is I guess when you're a musician, I don't know if you become immune to it, right? But for us fans, man, music is an outlet. Music is a way of getting through life.
Yes.
I personally believe that sometimes you guys get so involved with making music that you kind of forget that. Like, hey, we're here to jam, we're here to play, right? Mm-hmm. But the guy there with the beer and then, you know, 6 tequilas down and 2 ultras in, you know what I mean? And he's out there like, Andie, hell yeah, you know what I mean? Like, to them, that song, it takes us to a time in our life, or it reminds us of something bad or something good, right? Or how we got through. This song helped me get through this time in my life.
Yeah.
Do you think that what I'm saying is kind of true? Like, you know, you get so used to just playing the music, you really don't until you see it. Like you said, you saw somebody crying, listening to your song, because we feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how does it make you feel? How do you feel when you hear your music on the radio?
I don't even think I can find the right words to explain what I feel. I'm like, really? Did I really make it there?
Like, that's me.
That's me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they really playing?
Yeah.
You know, just the fact that they're acknowledging me. You know, there are so many talented artists out there. So many talented.
La Chingona's watching. I just saw. Shout out to La Chingona. She's watching.
Hey, girl. You know, there's so much talent out there, and the fact that they're acknowledging me and actually taking the time to listen to my song and play it means the world to me. It's not easy getting your song on the radio. You know, shout out to KLMO because they're always jamming my music.
Shout out to the weekend, my boys, the Weekend Warriors, baby.
Yes, you know, and I am so grateful, you know, to KLMO also because they've been so supportive. One thing I was told by one of my previous producers was like, "You're never gonna get anywhere. You're never. Why do you talk to the people from San Antonio so much? Why do you care to be on their radio station? Why do you care to, you know, be in contact with these, you know, DJs and stuff like that? They don't care about us Valley people. They just care about the San Antonio people." I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. Like, they've been so supportive of me, you know, since the beginning. And
but dude, I'm glad you said that, because that is the animosity that
there's so much.
There's so much, and you know what? At the end of the day, you clear all that animosity away. It's for no reason.
Yeah.
It's just because, hey, well, the Valley people don't like San Antonio people, and San Antonio people don't dig the Valley people.
No, and I don't like
right?
that whole recruitment thing of, you know, I don't like this person, so they try to recruit you to hate that person too. Like, yo, a mí no me gusta andar en pedos de otra gente. Like, no me metan. I don't like drama. You know, I stray away from it as much as possible. The least I know, the better. That's why I'm in my own world over there in the valley. You know, I do communicate with people out here, and I've been so blessed, you know, to be, you know, fortunate enough to have the support of like you, La Chingona, KLMO.
I've been jamming
you
your
know,
stuff since
different
day.
artists
Frito
here.
Pie Friday's been. I mean, you're probably one of the first 5 artists that I ever played on Frito Pie Friday.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
When you were just barely talking about what are we gonna name it? Should we?
Yeah,
I've been watching you since
you're
then,
like,
man.
yeah, you're right. We didn't
know?
even. We're just doing a Friday show.
Yeah, and you know, like, there's no reason why people should be hating on each other like that. Like, just support each other, man. You know?
As small as our genre is, you would think we'd just be supporting each other more than hating on each other. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, Andie, so you leave the Iconics, you start writing your own music. How in the hell did you find the band?
You know, I was, like I said, devastated after Iconics. I was missing music, and I'm like, I need to do something. I need to stay relevant, you know?
That's what I always say, right?
Yeah.
Keeping it relevant.
I need to stay relevant. I need to stay in the game, right? So what am I going to do? I don't want to just sing along to tracks. I want my band now. You know, I want to do something more. I want to be different. So I reached out to different people, Chris Rodriguez in the Valley and Nano Fuentes.
Chris Rodriguez, Highway 281.
Highway 281. And they both referred me to him, to Ruben, which is now my musical director and keyboard player. And
he's like me.
The Godfather. Yeah, so they, you know, he's actually, you're the only one, right, from the first 5 that I had picked out?
Yeah, from the very
Beginning.
Hey, Ruben, you're on camera, Ruben, just in case you know that the camera's
okay.
So don't roll your eyes.
So we smile.
No.
Smile.
Hey, so Ruben, what bands have you played with before, you know, Andie? Like, I mean, I'm sure you've been in the music business for some years.
Actually, yeah, back I think I was 17. My wife went and dropped me off. I was trying out for the first time with this band from the Valley, Carriba. Maybe you've heard of them, Arroyo Band.
Okay.
Back in the 80s, right? 90s, and I was played for them for several years, and then a lot of local bands in the Valley, más que nada. And you know, and I was gonna comment earlier when you were saying, but you got a lot of the triangle in the Valley, but musicians, but. I mean, hay muchos músicos, but everybody's in a band already, you know? So, sí hay muchos músicos, but when you're looking for somebody, it's very hard in the Valley because everybody's already committed to somebody. Well, anyways, and then it's like in the Valley thing, it just started where everybody's helping everybody. You know, one night you're playing with one band, the next night se juntan los mismos músicos, but they're called something else.
Hey, I see that a lot. It not just the Valley. Here, I see that a lot. But it just goes to show you, bro, that you guys do it for the love of music. Like, you love to play.
Yeah.
Hey, call me the bad boy today and something else tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's cool. I just love to play.
And a lot of Valley bands, Rick, I forgot his last name.
Rick what?
Is it Rick Gonzalez? You started playing accordion with
Yes,
him.
when I was
I got to help him out a couple of times. He had a song in the Valley he was hitting.
Rick Gonzalez from El Grupo Pesado
Grupo
with a Z.
With a Z.
You know, yeah.
The Valley.
His 2 main hits were El Choo Choo Train and Ben Oh Boy. But
I
you're
got
talking
you.
back in like the era.
Hey,
late 80s, man.
there's only one group in the Valley, and I can't tell because it's it's in my top 10 favorite songs. I better not even try singing it. They're gonna laugh.
Well,
Do it.
It's
Do it.
Hermoso Día.
Well, you know what? Yes.
We're jamming
Well,
to that.
Oh, you were jamming that?
That was our last song we were jamming.
Bro, I say who I think it was Johnny Ramirez. Johnny Ramirez, you know, the disc jockey, huge, well-known radio DJ in Tejano for many years. He put a post like, "Hey, what Tejano song do you play almost on a daily basis?" And I put Grupo Sereno, Hermoso Día.
Yeah.
He goes, "Bro, of all Tejano songs, Hermoso Día."
That's a classic that never dies, man. They keep on playing it over and over, you know,
Right.
on a daily basis, you know.
and
So if you guys haven't done that, make sure you go get on your Apple Music, Google Play Store, whatever. Hermoso Dia, Grupo Sereno. It's a classic. If you haven't heard that song in a long time, it just kind of puts you in the feelings. You like that song?
Yes, I do.
Hey.
I had it on my playlist today.
So there was
I was jamming to all
there
the
was that
levels.
group, Grupo Sereno, and I love every now and then I will, if I'm drinking beer, which not very rarely, when I do drink some beer, I love me some country rolling.
Oh, yeah. La
You know
Becera,
what?
all those hits, yeah.
See,
Funny-
ladies, I got them
funny-
pumped up over here.
No. And plus, getting there, we're talking about, it's the Rick Gonzalez. And I was helping out Javier Hinojosa. He's from the Valley también, a well-known band, Texas Legends. And Carlos would show up one day también to sing. He would show up and sing at the wedding, whatever. It was awesome. Country Roland, actually, I got to, I was running sound for him, but I got to fill in a couple of times on piano with him and on bass. Y pues el viejón, back in the day, he was real humble and everything. To me was like nothing, but somebody else was like, oh my God, Country Roland.
Country rolling,
And
hell
like,
yeah.
This so guy, ¿verdad? Pero it was with him, and then I went on with Country Junior, Roland Junior también.
El Kicker Daddy.
El Kicker Junior, sí. And then it was, when I got to school, I stopped playing for a while, and then I went back to playing with local bands. Y luego, el último, I was Ricky Guzman and the All-Stars. I was with Ricky for 7 years. It was awesome, and I just felt it was time to just move on, and then playing local bands, and then salió con Chris. I got to play with Chris for like 2 months, joined the band officially for 2 months, and that's when I met Andie ahí. And Chris was like, hey, Ruben, do me a favor, man, help her out. We don't, like, it was January. It's like, we don't have anything, ¿verdad? Let's say, hey, just get with her, work on the
Here's my
stuff.
So you helped 281 out as well or no?
Yeah, but it was just like 2 months.
Oh, okay, got you.
It was just about 2 months. And then with my work, it started getting kind of hectic. I'm like, Chris Chinga, he's playing every week, traveling a lot. And I said, it's kind of hard for me to travel. And he was like, no, baby, you know what? But échale ganas con Andie. And I said, está bueno. And it was March 12th was our first actual practice. And it sounded great. And then like now it's like I'm the only one that from that, pero it's still here, and it was just something that when I first saw Andie perform, it was like, wow, there's something,
She has something, yeah.
there's something there. It's like like Ricky Guzman, he's got that charisma. He's on stage, he's a performer, he's an entertainer, he's got that, But again, for me, I just felt like, okay, it was time for me to move on, and because Ricky was at another level, and when I went up there, I was like, wow, Pero
Él se junta chingos with
Rocky.
With Rocky, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rocky, Mo
Yeah.
Chain,
Yeah.
To Ricky,
George
because he actually
Ariano.
So let me ask you guys that you're here, because this never happens. I'm glad you two are here. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want the truth and nothing but the truth.
think twice.
But,
before you
no,
ask.
here we go.
gosh.
So shout out to Cari Karina. Hello, how you doing? Luis AG, thanks for tuning in. Tejano Historian on YouTube. Okay, so we have two band members here on a female.
What would I do?
She broke my mind. You good now?
Yeah.
We have two band members here that play in a female lead vocalist, female Tejano band. I talk about this plenty of times on my show, and I come to the conclusion that for a female Tejano artist, it is very difficult for them to find bands, because most musicians want to gig all the time. They want to gig at least 2 or 3 times, or to them. I mean, the way I see it, it's not the bang for the buck. If I'm going to get 1 gig a month or 1 gig every 2 months, right? And we're going to be part of this band. I want to be in a band where I'm going to be gigging Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So let me ask you guys, how hard is it? I'm going to put you on the spot. How hard is it to say yes to something like this? Of Andie coming and saying, hey, I want to start this band, whatever, and real, like being really real, man. How hard is it to say yes to something like that? When you could go and play with, we'll just say Conjunto X, for instance, right? We'll just say whatever. I don't know if there's really a Conjunto X, but, there's a Conjunto somewhere where you guys can, you're going to play Fridays and Saturdays. It might be a cantina here, festival here, whatever, but you're gigging consistently. How hard is it for a musician to sit there and say, you know what, Andie? I got you. Let's do this.
I think I'm gonna go first if I can, if I may.
Oh dear Lord, do I want to?
Mr. Orteguin. Well, I'm gonna say in the sense, being Andie's director, and at the same time, we're both like sharing the title of manager, and then we got Nick Guerra, and but what I've learned that it's very hard just getting to book her, and I'm like, just because she's a female, that's crazy. Our caliber of musicians, that we've had has been like, it's crazy what the musicians we have, and then you go to a club and you're like, how did these guys get in here? But those are the guys that are, again, for example, like you were saying, you're gigging every weekend, but you're gigging, and that's the problem I see. And I'm only gonna say, I'm only speaking on what I see in the Valley. I don't know about San Antonio, but in the Valley, everybody's trying to lowball everybody else, So they're going to go, pues, acá están pagando 500. Oh, no, pues esto me cobraron 4. No, me va otro for 350. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So these guys are gigging every weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for 350. And I'm like, a lot, yeah. And I'm like, dude, if you're happy making $50, that's fine, but you got to give yourself a little credit, you got to give yourself value. ¿Me entiendes? You got to give yourself value. And I think that's the biggest thing. And it was Roger Peña. He was like, there's nothing wrong with going to gig because you love the music. Pero if your mentality is to go, they're paying $60, I'll do it for 50. O sea, se meten en otro músico,
Right.
Or if somebody says, well, I'm gigging for 50. Oh, yeah, acá me van a dar 60. I said, what? They cancel over here, they go. I mean, have a little integrity in what you do. Your music is
know your worth.
Exactly.
That was a comment from Nano Fuentes.
No, I was gonna say, it's not Nano's my boy. That guy had me back in the day when I was playing at the Gaslight with the Gaslight band. I got there for a couple of months. My keyboards got stolen one night after playing there, and this guy stepped up and says, hey bro, whatever you need, my stuff is here. You know what I mean? Help me out a couple of weeks. So Nano,
cool,
gracias,
man.
Nano, le debo mucho. Pero gigging in the band, very easy. We can, Roy, that's how I met Roy, gigging, with
we
another.
We used to play together before we met Andie.
Yeah, before we met Andie. And it was like, yeah, Roy, let's you and I go together with a package. They're like, hey, Ruben, do you know an accordion player? Why, yes, I do. Hey, but we're going to come as a package. You hire me, you got to hire him. And it was like that. It was okay for a while, but jumping around, that is fine if you want to be that weekend warrior. But if I feel I'm at an age, obviously, we're not going to say, somebody already coined me Godfather. But it's like, it has to get to a point where your mentality is, what did I do? I want people to remember me as, oh, this guy was with, he did this. Exactly. He actually, eso de que, ese vato tocaba cada fin de semana. Yeah, but what was your legacy? What did you leave behind? What was it you were known for? You know what I mean? And
I understand what you're saying, right? Like you're know your worth, right? But to me, it just seems like, as a musician, I'm looking at this as a job. For me to jump on board with somebody that I don't know if they're going to be gigging every weekend, what makes you do that?
Okay, so that's where you have to see, and you have to the passion in it, and you have to see the goal. And if you're both in the same goal, because ahí está, Andie, que te diga, if we've had 12, 15 gigs, how many of those gigs have we've actually paid ourselves, Andie? And she'll tell you, we're doing it. It's not about the money. We can go, gigging every weekend with any band. But here, it's like, it's that goal, paying your dues. Como me decía Mike Gonzalez. Mike me say, Ruben, pues you got to pay your dues and blah, blah. And I'm like, but dude, I did that when I was 17 years old, but there's no such thing, because here you're coming as a group. It's not about an individual, and it is us backing her up, us doing our job, and her being able to perform and do what she has to do.
I get it. So you see you see somebody, Josue. He's another Valley musician. He said the vision has to be there. So how about you? I mean, is that how you see it? I see it as a band taking the female part out of the mix, right? I think a band is badass when they're all in it together. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm gonna play because I need the money. No. Y'all have a vision.
It's a family also.
Right. You have a vision and you all want to be together. You want to move together, right, forward. And if you don't have that.
And you need to have that mentality. You need to be able to, collaborate, get along. Like it's a family, man, you can't just think about yourself, it's the working well with others, interacting, and like you said, going back to what you said, it was difficult. It was difficult to actually jump on board, man, because I was helping out different bands, freelancing. I don't want to say the word.
No. Oh,
being a band peep,
Yeah.
You're a whore.
Bad whore.
Yeah.
They call it, right? But yeah, I mean, Ruben, told me about the position, right? And I was glad. I was like, hell yeah, I'm down. I mean, I'm on board, man. So, and I'm like so happy that I'm collaborating with Andie. I mean, I couldn't ask for more, man. I mean, I feel very, happy, blessed, ¿verdad? Tocando con Andie La Clave,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Something
It's
that
been awesome. It's been an awesome ride so far.
It's been
But-
hard. It's been hard. It's not easy, especially trying to keep a group together, because you do have those musicians that do it just for the money.
Right.
And then you have some that they have that vision. It's hard to get an entire group on that same, mentality.
Same wavelength, yeah.
The same wavelength, exactly. But from the get-go, I always made it clear to every single person that I called to join or try it out is, I told them what my vision was. And I said, I want the face of La Clave, and just because it says Andie y La Clave, it doesn't mean that the spotlight is necessarily just going to be on me. This is going to be a family. This is going to be a team. There's going to be respect, and you guys are going to be included everywhere. And if you paid attention, I include my guys in every interview. Mm-hmm. It's not just about me.
Yeah, like when I tell you, so you're bringing it, you're like, yeah, I'm bringing two of them. I said, okay, cool.
Yeah,
because
whoever,
and I'm not knocking artists who don't bring their band, right? It just it shows exactly what you're trying to say, right? Like you involve them in everything that you're trying to do.
And that's how you find out who's actually there for the money, who's actually there for the passion, and who's actually gonna stick with you for the long haul.
So what are you saying? The other three aren't going to stick with you for the long?
No. Joey, our drummer, actually has gone to other interviews, radio interviews with us, and it's just the scheduling.
Yeah.
He was working today, so he couldn't come. But he's awesome. We love our drummer as well, and like we've had to go through several musicians, until we find the right pieces to our puzzle.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed to have the guys that I have. They're all awesome. It is a family, Yes, there's little arguments or whatever, but
that's family, man.
Yeah,
That's how it is.
Part of the
there's
business,
nothing.
right?
It's nothing major like donde se faltan el respeto. They go days without speaking to each other, or I don't tolerate the backstabbing and the two-facing. If I see you're gonna come in here and you're gonna jeopardize the vibe that we have going already,
see ya.
Vámonos. Yeah. I don't hesitate. Like, I've actually cut people because of that. So, and these guys are actually, to the core,
That's cool, man. And you know what? For the guys, man, I would assume, and I'm assuming, that when you're a male and you get in a band with the female vocalist, that can be easy on a marriage sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we've done
you
but
Now, I'm not saying right that every marriage would, it would be an issue, but I could see a young couple like saying, "Well, why are you joining her band? What's going on here, right?"
It's happened already.
It's just see, it already.
But they're not here. No, Veronica is Ruben's wife. Veronica has been there with us everywhere. Veronica, handles her merch. She dresses the guys. She makes the shirts for us.
Uh-huh.
She helps run the booth when we're on stage. She takes pictures. She takes videos. She's everywhere. And when we're rehearsing, she helps keep us in check, making sure that we're being, productive and stuff.
Right.
She's been very supportive. I have not.
El otro, no.
I have
Vámonos.
not ever felt from Veronica like que me tiene piquete or some sort of envidia or celos or because I'm a woman. No, on the contrary, she's been so welcoming, to me. She's allowed me to go with her husband on
that's what I mean, and that's kind of where I'll go with
the
it.
trust is there,
right?
and that is so beautiful and amazing, and I'm so grateful for that.
I talked to
owner, manager, and janitor.
there you go.
Let me address that very, very quick. It's not fair in that aspect. But, yes, I tell her everything. We go everywhere together. Pero, so Andie's like, Ruben, you and I, we're gonna make the decisions together. What do you think? Blah blah blah. And yes, she's right. We get to disagreements, but it's not fair because if there's something I tell her no, it's no. No, I'm going to insist that no, we don't do that. Okay? So she's like, fine. 5 minutes later, I get a phone call from who, which is not right. It's not right because in the business,
women being women, right there, dude, for sure, right there.
Yeah, it's like she's going over my head, And then esta Lola, pues I can't argue with the
But
wife.
I knew you were wrong.
But I was not wrong, ¿me entiendes? It's just that I felt, I'm gonna have to strongly suggest, no, we don't do this, let's do it like this. So me habla acá 5 minutes later, well, ¿pa' qué andes así? Que pobre Andie, que la pobre anda ya bien agüitada. And I'm like, that's not fair. You cannot use her
Andie,
spousal.
Unprofessional, right?
Very
unprofessional.
No defense.
To my
Yeah,
defense.
We're having a, what do you call it
her.
right here? We're having a, what do they call that? Intervention aquí.
Yeah, no.
Oh, man.
No,
Jerry.
Hey, no, but you know what, guys?
It's hard to get hurt as a woman sometimes.
Even I know this.
Where I wanted to go with this is like,
Can't
I want
live
people to
with
see
them. Can't live
that
without
this
them.
is an issue. This is a real, what we're talking about is a real issue, not just with you, I would assume with a lot of female musicians, like, they're going on the road and sometimes you're the only female, in a male dominated genre. You're on a van or a bus or a car, sometimes for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Right. And then, you know what I mean? For a spouse, it's gotta be rough. But if you have that trust and relationship, pinche bumper, Dr. Phil, ahorita we're Dr. Phil. But I just want to bring that up. Like this is part of Andie right here. You know what I mean? This is, people need to know. These are the kind of things that a female artist has to deal with that a male artist doesn't. A male artist doesn't have to deal with that. Okay, homeboy's wife doesn't want me. Why? Because you're a puto.
This is just a little bit of what we go through as women. That's not even including what we go through, like, producers and record, like, the business stuff trying to get respect. And
so speaking of producers and stuff like that, what does Andie have? Are you working on a new album now?
I am.
Or you're not allowed to talk about it?
No, I can. Okay. Yeah, I just can't say with who. But I am working on some music. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to release a Christmas song or single or not. But there should be 2 more songs coming out by the end of this year. I did, get together with Luis A.G. and write another song, La Vieja Cucaracha.
So let me tell you guys, off the air. She's like, Bump, I'm coming up with a song called
yeah.
La Vieja Cucaracha.
La vieja cucaracha.
La Vieja Cucaracha. La Vieja Cucaracha.
Desgraciada.
Desgracia.
God damn, really?
Se robó a este
No,
güey.
I just had it that
Oh, I
way.
was gonna say, damn.
Well, dude, it's gonna make you laugh.
Desgraciado.
You know,
It's
a
one of
fun-
those catchy,
it's a
funny
a
songs.
fun little jam.
It's-
I just wanted something fun, something different. You know, si no les gusta nada, and I don't care. You know what? It's making me laugh.
There you go.
It made my guys laugh. You know, they enjoy it.
It's funny you say cucaracha. I'm gonna give you a quick story because it's Wacky Wednesday. I can do that, right? My son he bought a little bag of fake cucarachas,
Oh gosh,
but
I hate them.
they look so real. It'll. I'll bring you one
They're
here
like
before you guys
chocolate
leave.
covered, pretty
No,
much
they're
those.
not chocolate. They're plastic, but they look like a real cucaracha.
Oh, I thought they were
already
edible.
So Sunday after church,
So
we usually we have lunch after church. So me and my wife and my daughter and my son, after mass, we went to this place, El Burrito Tapatio here in San Antonio off of West Avenue. Some of the best menudo. So we're there. And when they bring you the menudo, they bring you cilantro, the cebolla, and the chile on the side of the plate, right?
Okay.
So I was already, chingando el menudo, right? It was good. Well, the lady had passed by and I saw my son had the fake cucaracha. So I grabbed it and I stuck it in the cilantro where just the tentacles were kind of like hanging out. So the mesera came and I'm eating my menudo. I said, ma'am, the menudo está bruto. Pero me puedes traer más cilantro porque este cilantro no me... She goes and she looks down at the cilantro and sees the roach. She goes, oh! Dude, I'm still eating the menudo like nothing. And then I take it out and I put it in my mouth. She's like, oh, you Diosito. It's just funny that you brought that up. I thought I would say that.
Like if you know like my songs, you know that the songs I write they have to do with stuff I've experienced in life, right? So they're my stories. So yeah, I got dumped, and for Vieja Cucaracha, and by that I mean like it wasn't an upgrade, it was downgrade pretty much, right? And I can confidently say that. But so I refer to that woman as the Vieja Cucaracha and how como se robó este way. That's
Is it? Never mind. I'm not even going to go there with you because I already know the answer. No, I'm just messing with you.
yeah. So it's a fun little jam, we were having fun with it.
It's going to be a cumbia?
It's a cumbia.
Cool,
It's kind
man.
of like it's kind of got like an old school cumbia sound to it.
I got you.
Yeah. Looking forward to that one.
Andie, what else, dude? I mean, where do you see yourself 1 year from now?
Well, for sure, performing out of the valley.
Vegas.
Been waiting for an opportunity, man. It's hard.
Promoters.
Yeah,
You're looking for a band right here. Andie La Clave right here.
We don't suck, y'all. Like I can confidently say that. I have confidence in my group. Yeah, hopefully, playing at bigger venues with this band and, the same guys that I have. I'm really blessed to have them in my life. They've helped me, get through some pretty crazy shit. Really, bro. And just, I just want to be happy. I just want to be living life to its fullest, be successful with the music. I want to, one day I would love to be at a venue and hear people singing my songs, So
Somebody named Lorenzo Carrion said Selena Joe has another song for you.
Selena Joe, she actually wrote Entre el Frío y el Calor. And she's from here, from San Antonio. She's a good friend of mine. So, cool. Awesome,
Shout out to
Selena. Been
Victor
waiting for-
DJ
been waiting
Fuego
on you.
Vasquez from Michigan.
Shout out.
J.R. Ramos, Jenny Alvarez Peña.
Jenny.
Let's see. Who else? I don't want to
Saludos.
miss
Everybody
anybody.
tuned in.
My tia Silvia Narvaez up there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Albert Miranda watching on YouTube. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Yeah. I hope to maybe even record a song with my kids.
Oh, that'd be different.
We're actually starting to, with Johnny, but that, put a,
Damper on things.
yeah. But I would love to do it. And maybe now that I've got Ruben, maybe do it with Ruben.
That'd be cool. At this time of the show, I usually like to give. I let go of the microphone. Not that I'm holding it, but you know, I give you the floor, man, and you know you can say whatever's on Andie Bustamante's tongue, ready to come out. Any thank yous, any saludos, any shout outs,
Yes,
anything that I didn't talk about. You're like, Bump, you didn't ask me this. You want do right now is your time.
Your time to shine.
Oh, okay, thank you. No, well, you know, first of all, thank you to everybody, you know, who's supported my journey, been a part of my journey. You know, like every band that I've played with, that I've sung with, everyone who's given me an opportunity. Thank you to all the supporters that request my music, that follow me. You know, my bandmates, I'm so blessed to have them. You know, I feel so safe around them, and I feel not just safe, but I feel their support. I see it. Oh yeah, I got you a gift, by the way. We got you a gift.
Keep going.
You know,
You were talking about the bandmates. Hold on, continue with the band.
No, you know, like a lot of, you know.
Let's let the viewers watch
hard
what
to maintain a band. You know, we've been together
wow.
6 months already, and I'm very blessed, you know, to have Ruben as my right hand man, someone who's very trustworthy. My family, their support, the people of Zapata. Shout out to Zapata, Texas. Small town girl just trying to make it, guys.
Where can we find these, Andy?
That's awesome.
You can, you know, request them on, like, send me a message on Facebook and let me know your size, and we'll get them out to you. Got Veronica who makes them. So
I love them. I'm gonna kind of similar to Emmanuel J's, right? They got the same thing.
yeah.
Dear Tejano artist, there are other colors in this world besides black.
Hey,
I want to say that because
colors.
I get these all the time, right? And my closet is full, and it's
Black.
like, what color am I? I'm gonna wear black.
There's no other color but black, or what?
We have different colors. We actually gave a royal blue one to Big Boy.
A royal blue one.
Royal blue.
Nice.
We
Surprised it
have
wasn't.
red with
The
black.
strong Verde, or what?
Hot pink.
I like this is more my style.
Yeah.
It's more.
I figured, you know.
Yeah, it's more my style.
Yeah.
And Andy, again, I go back to the first Frito Pie Friday. You know, you were one of the people who would just hang out. Like, we would just drink
Yeah, dude,
and we would
I
just
love
jam
your
out
shows.
and just
I
bullshit.
I was telling him, I was like, dude, you know, Bumper's gonna make it. Bumper's gonna be the next Johnny Canales. Like, you're awesome at what you do, and I've seen your show from the beginning, dude, and I've seen how it's grown and so fast. You know, the different artists that you've had in your home, like. Dude,
don't say
you're
home.
blessed,
Call it a
man.
studio. Don't say home.
in your studio, on your big comfy couch.
There you go.
No, like, you're doing awesome, you know, and
appreciate
I'm so
that.
proud of you.
Thank you.
It's amazing, you know, how far you've come, and you've got something great going, and I'm gonna keep supporting you. I'm gonna keep watching because I
Thank
believe
you.
in what you're doing.
I appreciate it. And you know, people, when they say these kind things, you know, it really, I always go back to saying, I'm just a fan, man. Literally, I'm a fan. And my little rinconcito right here, people, I FaceTime people all the day. We talk, you know, different friends of ours are like, Bump, do you ever leave that fucking couch? Because they FaceTime me like, it's like you're on the show. It's the same background, the same, right? Because I'm always here. I'm always doing stuff here. And I'm always out and about. Even at my age and working a full-time job, and a lot of people don't know, I coach every sport: soccer, baseball, basketball, football. I coach.
Yeah, you just busted your foot not too long ago.
Yeah,
You
I play softball.
Yeah.
Like, and I still find time, even if it's during the week, to go and support whatever Tejano artists are within my reach. Right, big, small, doesn't matter. I'm just a fan of the music, and I'm a fan of what you three guys do for us.
You know what's so awesome though? You educate yourself. Like, you have so much knowledge in it. You know, in the music, you actually go and learn about the different artists.
Yeah,
You take the time to do that, you know, because I listen to you like sometimes and I'm just like, how does he know all that stuff? You know, at the top of your head, like, because you're actually doing your research, you're actually looking into, trying to learn who the person is, you know, not just as a musician, but as an individual. And I think that's so awesome. You know, not a lot of people don't do
It's
that.
not hard that much anymore.
Questions.
You're making it sound like it's like, I mean, I just go to Facebook and I read like 5 posts and it tells us.
Yeah, I know exactly who that
No
person is.
te crees. But
and thank you. You know, if I forgot to mention, thank you for having us.
no, Andie, you very, very welcome. And you know, I'm sorry it took so long. You know, shit happens, and you know,
All in God's time.
it didn't work out right. Exactly. But here we are. And you got your new band. And you
I
got
have
to bring
something
them
to talk
here.
about.
Yeah, for sure. Not that we wouldn't. We always have something. You know, artists I call them like, Bump, your shit goes for almost 2 hours. Like, what are we gonna? You don't worry about that. You just come and sit down and have a good time.
Roll with it.
That's all that matters. So again, guys, those of you tuning in late, Andie Bustamante, La Clave, they're a new band out of the Rio Grande Valley, and they're looking to, you know, spread their seed all over the state of Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Try out. You know?
What? What?
You know what I meant. They're
What do I
really
mean?
too.
What am I
A
touching?
real quick shout out to our good friends in Poteet, to Miss Velma Lopez Montemayor and Wowie out there, Wowie Snow
I gotta
Cones.
go check out their snacks.
Big dude, big fans of the show. They watch. They're. I love those guys.
They're
They're
sweethearts.
awesome. So big shout out to them and Andie and to your band, guys. Just don't give up your dream, man. Just keep doing it. I mean, I'm speaking to the choir. You guys have been doing this for many, many years, and you know what it takes. There's the good days and there's the bad days, right? So I look forward to seeing you guys. Where y'all gonna be at in a year from now? I mean, I always tell the people that come in here, like, I want to be back and look at that video and be like, hey, you know that girl that's, what do you call it? Go back and watch 15 months ago. She had no idea she was going to be up there doing that. You know what I mean? That's my dream. My dream is to have artists like that on the show and be like, 10 years from now, you can come back and watch this interview and be like, a la madre, dude, look. You know what I mean? She was just getting her band started back then.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Honestly, you just never know. And to the people watching, to the fans, again, just be open to new music. I think Andie falls in that realm of a new Tejano artist. Be open to it. Be open to stuff being a little bit different. And you know, if it's not your cup of tea, keep listening to it till it tastes good. That's what I say. You know what I mean? Just keep listening to it until, okay, maybe when I first heard that song, it wasn't my cup of tea, but now I've heard it 4 or 5 times. I like it. I found the hook. Yeah. You know? So Cucaracha, whatever the song's coming up. Just don't start the dreams. Please be careful. There we go. Thank you, Kari. I appreciate that. She's a great interview.
Thank you.
Guys, I didn't give you
Guys have
guys the
anything to say?
microphone. Is there anything, anybody, you want to give any saludos or anybody to anybody?
I'm gonna let Roy go first.
Well, first and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the viewers watching, tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the invite. Once again, Bumper, to all the raza from the Rio Grande Valley, my home area, right? ¿Verdad? RGV 956K, like como dicen. And all the para toda la raza de San Antonio watching. Thank you guys for watching, all the viewers out there. My family, friends, everyone, toda la raza que nos está viendo, ¿verdad? Por ahí, ¿qué más? Hand it over now to Ruben.
Just want to thank everybody. Again, I mean, he said it. I mean, Bumper, thank you so much for having us on here. I do want to say, when you brought up the Poteet, believe it or not, my stepdad is from Poteet. Johnny Donato. Los Donatos de Poteet, Los Leales, Los Garzas, Garcias, David's ranch was right next to my dad's ranch, or my stepdad's ranch, ¿verdad? Saludos a todos ellos. And with that being said, hopefully Strawberry Festival Association will get Andie in there, maybe maybe next year.
Joey Rodriguez, if you're watching.
Joey Rodriguez.
Hey,
Okay,
Joey
I'm gonna
Rodriguez,
write that
Andy
down.
La Clave right here.
I remember as a kid growing up, we'd go every year. We get the Strawberry Festival, and now it's like, we got the opportunity to go. Hopefully, one day, pero and all surrounding areas, no más ahí. I mean, Victoria. We were just in Victoria, on the radio.
Yeah.
Corpus, también. Radio stations are very supportive, and we appreciate that, and we just ask for people to keep asking for the music. ¿Verdad? Biggest shout out, of course, is gonna have to go to my wife, my supporter, my rock, my background. Muchos no creen, but it let me butter her up. Si la cagaste. But honestly, you know what? I do have to say, it's always been, if there's ever a time, I would tell my wife, man, that keyboard. She's like, get it, And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get it. We always wait for that second, invite. Get it? Okay. Y pues fíjate que I ordered it last week. Whatever. No, but she's always been like that in that fashion, in that aspect. And as the band now, me and Andie, working together, building up, our equipment, building. It does take. It's not just getting a band together. It's being on the phone, sending out music here and there.
Yeah.
And it does take a lot. And she's always been there to support and say, yes, honey, if you need it, get it, go for it. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the biggest, I mean, I don't have to, but I do. I love her. And from that first moment that I saw her when I was 17 years old, been in love with her ever since, and it grows every day more and more. ¿Verdad? ¿Qué quieres? I actually want to go to Buc-ee's, by the way. So hopefully when we go back, we go to the Buc-ee's. But thank you to everybody here. Thank you for people, Nick Guerra, guys here in San Antonio that support, Big Boy, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo se llamaba? Aftermath, DJ Aftermath, the guys that support us. Thank you so much, and Bumper. Thank you, La Más Chingona. We've done some podcasts up here.
Yeah.
It's just people that, like you, like yourself, giving other artists that opportunity, rather than just trying to keep the same mainstream going.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We need to. I don't want to say evolve, but if that's what you want to call it, so be it.
That's the right word.
To fit, ¿me entiendes? And
yeah, for sure.
And that's what we're trying to do. And with Andie, come
on out to our shows.
I mean, come on out, really. With Andie,
we'll
you were saying earlier, what's it like to play with her? It's like we don't expect anything as far as a reward yet. Furthermore, you were saying how is it to work with with a female singer? I think for us, it's been easy because we include everybody as family and not as, you're just on the payroll.
I got you. Yeah.
We include everybody as family. Our barbecues right after practice. Sometimes, porque no se van, Roy, right? But it's just like we make it a family thing, and that's what keeps us together. And
that's how y'all.
And
That's how y'all will continue to grow for sure.
Yeah, you see it on stage when we perform.
Oh yeah.
And so all I'll tell you, Andie, is keep doing your vlog, because people love that, and it really keeps you relevant. Maybe not just in music, but and honestly, it keeps you relevant. And again, man, to everybody that watches Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys, man, because if there's one person watching or 100 people watching, to me it makes no difference. No, it really doesn't. If we can reach one person, then it makes everything so worth it. And with that being said, to the fans, just keep out there supporting new music. Of course, the old established guys are never gonna. The music's never gonna get old. We're gonna jam those forever, but we have to evolve. Just like everything else, we have to evolve. And I hope Bumper's Wacky Wednesday is leading the way and looking at music that way, looking at our genre that way as a fan. So again, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for coming up here, hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the road. I hope somebody gets you here in San Antonio really soon, so I can go and see you jam out.
That'd be awesome.
And I'm gonna wear a personal shirt that says "I love La Icebox." right. So if you see somebody in that shirt,
Well,
that's
I think to make it, give it a personal touch is to have the helmet, the pads, and of course,
La chica.
ya ves cómo es, you know what I mean?
What do you call it? Shorts, the volleyball shorts.
There we go. There you go. I think that would give it a very personal touch.
Oh man. So again, to everybody watching from all over the United States, from Mexico, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for making Bumpers Wacky Wednesday a special show, and highlighting our genre of Tejano music, and again, thriving off our cultura. Andie, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for making the drive up here.
Thank you.
And again, if you see Andie La Clave anywhere in a town near you, make sure you go out there and you support them. And then don't forget, before I let you guys go, don't forget, if you didn't have enough of Bumper tonight and you want to hear him talk a little bit more, tomorrow night, exclusive interview right here in the studio with Mr. Jesse Turner from Grupo Signo. We're going to have a one-on-one interview tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, make sure you guys tune in 8 o'clock tomorrow night, exclusive with Mr. Jesse Turner. To all the faithful that watch, thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great, great day, and I'll see you tomorrow right here at 8 o'clock. Andie,
Bye,
gracias, guys.
Thank you.